Africa is not a country, it's a continent with about 3,000 tribes and more than 2,000 languages. But when we say African mask, are you able to name and recognize the diversity of the continent? Today we will be looking at a very unique and distinctive mask called Kifwebe. So let's just start. Welcome to the second video of African Art Whispers, and today we will be covering the features and function of the Kifwebe mask. This will be followed by our usual facts. Generally, Africans have been making masks since prehistorical time. The first evidence of African masking comes from Talissi Isle, Niger in Algeria. African masks can take different forms. They can cover the face, go over the head, cover part of the torso, or even be used as headdress that rest on the top of the head. Their size can vary. Some can be small, others can be gigantic. Some African masks are even used to represent animals in their form by incorporating part of the actual animals in their productions. Back to our Kifwebe mask, we know that they are made by the Sanji tribe in the center of the continent, and more particularly the Democratic Republic of Congo. The female version of the mask is called Kikashi, while the male version is the Kifwebe. Now, straight on to the feature of those wonderful masks. The first feature is striations. We have linear incisions all across the face that are inspired by animals found in the region, such as zebra. Those grooves can take different color. White is associated with positive concepts such as wisdom, light, fertility, joy, and beauty. It also represents the ability of the mask to heal by means of superpower. Black is associated with masculinity, and in the Kifwebe mask, it is used to accentuate secrecy, witchcraft, and evil power. Red is a more active color. It is used to represent vital power, energy, and blood. Second feature is the face, for which we have two schools of thought. The first one will argue that it is inspired by the human face, while the second one will comment that the source of inspiration is crested chameleons that are found in the region, as you can see here. What we have observed with those examples is that in most of the case, we have a voluminous semicircular head with a central line that runs from the top of the head and over to the protruded nose. The third feature is the eyes. We have downcasted large eyes with heavy hooded upper eyelid and eye slits. The fourth feature is the nose that can end with a straight edge or with a rounded form. The fifth feature is the rectangular mouth that protrudes at the same level as the nose. Now that we have the feature of the Kifwebe mask, let's just compare it to the female version. The first difference is that the incisions are closer together. The second difference is that the grooves are painted in white or left in the natural color. Third difference is the absence of sagittal crest. If there is one, it will be raised and slightly flattened. Fourth difference is the rounded eyes as opposed to protruded ones. Fifth difference is that the mouth can be accentuated with red or black pigment. Now onto the function of the Kifwebe mask. We know that it was considered responsible to maintain law, control, and order in the Sanji society. It was also used by community leaders to enforce a certain type of desired behavior for wealth or supernatural power. There are also reports showing that it played a key role in the installation and funeral of chiefs, in rites of initiation and secret ceremony. This mask will be supplemented with a woven costume and a long beard made out of raffia bast. The dancer in most of the case will be a male. When the Kikashi mask is worn, his dance movements will be gentle and controlled to activate benevolent spirits to bring reproduction, and kindness. On the other side, with the Kifwebe mask, the dance movement will be more aggressive and unpredictable in order to express the control that it has over the society. The crest of the mask will be a key indicator of its power. Now on to our usual facts. The Kifwebe masks were first collected in 1900 by artist pioneers of the modernism movement who were fascinated by their bold and graphic style. 20 years later, the same mask influenced surrealism movement, who were also captivated by the dreamlike quality of the mask. In 2014, this original Kifwebe mask was sold by Christie's for a total value of $4 million. Modern application of those masks can be found. This is the case of digital artwork by Walter Neal with a value of £27. In female mask, the groove can be painted in white with a substance called kaolin. This material is also used to manufacture white paper, ceramic, fashion mask, or even light bulb. His other names are Nzu, Ndo, Shele, Mabele, Marble Chalk, or Calabar. Yes, kaolin is used for human consumptions, and this phenomenon is called geophagia, which is the practice of eating earth from clay or chalk. It is often that in Cameroon we find it in the market, flavored with pepper or cardamom. Generally, it is consumed amongst pregnant women in Africa, and in Haiti it is cooked as a mud biscuit with salt and vegetables. Long-term consumption of kaolin can cause stomach pain and is not recommended by doctors. This is the end of our second episode. I hope you enjoyed it and that you have learned a lot of new things. We see you next week for our next video, and in the meantime, take care.